Hey guys, it's Cedric here, and today I want to go over some tips to help you get the Keystone Master in Season 1 of Dragonflight. I got this yesterday, and what you get for it is the Hailstorm Armageddon, and you also get an achievement. And to get this achievement and mount, you have to get a Mythic Plus rating of 2000. And one of the most important things that I will not be going over is your individual performance. As a DPS, pumping, you know, doing damage, getting interrupts, stuns. As a tank, knowing the routes, knowing how much you can pull, everything like that. As a healer, healing stuff, no one cares. And the important thing to know is just generally to upgrade your Mythic Plus rating, you need to be doing high keys for each dungeon on each individual week, because it's split into 2 different weeks. So we have Fortified this week, and then next week will be Tyrannical, and it goes back and forth, and your Mythic Plus score for each individual dungeon is based upon those 2 affixes. So for example, the other week my Mythic Plus was like a 7 on Tyrannical. I had really low Tyrannical keys, but I had to have high Fortified keys, so I ran the keys I was low on that affix, and my Mythic Plus rating went way up. So whatever key is your lowest for like the weekly affix, you want to run those if possible. Now, one thing that's going to be difficult for DPS players is running keys. You know, there's just a lot of competition out there, so you're going to have to run your own keys. And one of the things that I recommend for you to have the highest chance of success when you run your own keys is to form a good group. To do that, I mean, you can go meta, but any class, you know, bring the player, not the class. But there are some things you can do. You want to have at least 1 battle res in your group. So you want to have at least 1 druid, a DK, or a paladin, even a warlock with soulstone on like a healer could be good, or a tank, and maybe even a shaman to reincarnate, but that's meh. Another thing you absolutely should be having is a bloodlust. So that is mages, shamans. If a hunter is applying, ask them if they have bloodlust. You need a certain pet as a hunter to have the bloodlust ability, so ask them ahead of time if they have that pet. And evokers, or the dragon, whatever the dragon class is. So you want to be having at least 1 battle res in your group, and you want to have bloodlust. It just makes the run so much smoother. And another thing I really want to go over is how to invite people, right? How do you know who's good and who you should invite? And one of the best add-ons for this is Raider.io. You should be downloading this add-on. I'll post a link to it in the description below. You should definitely download this add-on because it's just a really powerful tool. So if I hover over any of these keys right here, it goes over the group owner for this one. So it goes over whose key this is. It tells me their Mythic Plus score, their best run they've ever done, their best run for that dungeon that they're posting, and then their timed runs. So for example, we'll go to like let's go to just like a regular 9. Also, we can see their mains. If they have a main, then we can see their score. So you can kind of see, oh, this player, you know, his IO is low on this character, but his main is over 2000. So maybe we should consider that if we want to invite him or not. But we can see his best run is a plus 10, and his best for the dungeon, Ruby Lake Pools, is a plus 5. You can also see the timed runs. I think that's very important. The timed runs. So he's done 3 runs, 3 keys that have been timed, and the level of the key is 10 to 14. So he's done 3 keys, 10 to 14 already. So I know he knows what he's doing pretty much. His eye level might not reflect that. And when you start your own group, you can see every individual's person's IO, their IO profile. I also like to show the raid, because it's just another data point you can add when you're trying to find people, and when you're also finding groups. If they have, like, look at this guy. Not only does it show his alt raid history, 688 heroic, it also shows his mains. He's 48 mythic, and I also see his mains IO, which is 2550. So I know this player might not be great, like as geared as possible on this alt maybe, but he has experience. I'll probably bring that player over a different player who has a higher eye level but way less experience. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Also, another thing, if you're a DPS, you guys should all be using health potions. It doesn't matter the role. Health potions, if you don't have a warlock, are huge and they save you a lot. You need to also be learning the interrupts, what interrupts to use. If you're playing hunter in any other class, stuns, slows, CC is very important, and interrupts are probably the most important thing, and individual survivability. Also, just like with rating, guys, buff up food, potions, flasks. Don't be lazy. If you want to rank up as possible, you need to be doing the best you can, and not having a flask and everything is just gonna hinder your performance. One other thing I want to discuss is, let's see here. Oh, the Athics. So the Athics is vary each week. So the main one, once you go above 10 or 10 and above, it's Thundering. So Thundering is pretty easy. You get like a icon over your head, and you just have to stack on somebody who has the opposite icon, and it clears it. But you don't want to clear it right away because it gives you a damage buff. So you want to be not clearing it right away, and you want to be using that buff to your advantage. But you want to be using this weak aura because it just makes the Athics a joke. It makes it so much easier. It just constantly spams icon you have, and then it'll show like a circle. You can see right here, it'll show like a circle whenever the countdown is going and how much time you have left. And then it also says when you're safe. Because if the other 4 players in your group clear it, then you're good. So I really recommend you use that weak aura. Also, just general weak auras in general. Like there are Mythic Plus weak auras that tell you what to interrupt, when to use personals, everything like that. And they can make keys. If you're like, you don't know, because there's a lot of like small things in Mythic Plus, but having good weak auras for Mythic Plus can help out a lot. I use now his weak aura. You can check out his UI at his stream or his Discord, and I've had a lot of success with that. It makes a lot of these fights a lot easier. That's about it. There are a lot of small things you can do in each individual dungeon. Like Court of Stars, for example, has a lot of like small things you can do with like skips and professions and classes and clears. So those are my tips. You know, keep trying. I know, and guys, a lot of pugs are gonna fail. I've had groups I start and I enter. Everyone is 400 eye level or higher, and we wipe. And the tank pulls or someone pulls, interrupt is missed. People don't interrupt, and then someone leaves after the first pull, and your key is just, you know, gone. So don't get discouraged. I would say pugging is awful in general with WoW. The average WoW player, no matter the eye level, is pretty bad at the game. Like not even exaggerating here, they're pretty bad. Average player is pretty bad at the game. So that's why I recommend a guild. But if you have to pug, you know, don't get discouraged. Take a break if you need to. If you get tilted, I got tilted the other day. I just logged off. People will leave at the last boss, still just rage quit DC. It is frustrating, but if you can find a good group, maybe you can run multiple keys with them, maybe you can add them to your friends list and everything. And that sort of thing, because it is frustrating. I also Shadow Moon Burial Grounds is free. That key is the easiest of the week. If you can get that key, you can get players that want to do it. And be patient while forming your groups too. You don't have to invite everyone at a time. Give especially DPS, like definitely take time with your invitations. You know, you'd rather take longer to form the group than forming a group really quickly and then you don't pass the key, or you know the key fails because you weren't patient enough, and other people that had better IO, better eye level, were gonna apply anyway. All right, that's it for me, guys. If you like this video, please subscribe. That would help out a lot. 99% of you aren't subscribed, so please subscribe if you like this video. Thumbs up. And comment if you have any advice for the people. You know, maybe I missed something here. You know, if you have any personal experiences or advice, let us know in the comments. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments. You know, come to the stream, ask me any questions. I'll let Hunter Guides, if you're looking for Hunter Guides. All right, guys. Happy Friday. Stay caffeinated. I'll see you next time.